Well, hello everybody. My name is Belinda. I am 54. I collect dolls. I create dolls. I'm a reborn artist, new reborn artist. And I struggle with anxiety, a lot of anxiety, a lot more since I hit menopause, or actually I'm post-menopause now. So during the perimenopause and the menopause, I was on antidepressants for anxiety. Then I decided and I felt that my life doesn't need them. But I'm starting to really think about that because I'm not really sure. If you have followed me, thank you for watching again. If you have not, and you're interested in this journey, go take a look at some of my other videos, mainly my anxiety-ridden one, going to Halifax to see my daughter. And so the reason why is I want to talk about where I am. Can you see I'm in a hotel room? Yes, I am. And I don't feel like I'm gonna be sick or anxiety-ridden. I feel relieved actually, because, are you ready for this? I took a train, via rail train, from Toronto, Nova Scotia to Montreal. Now, my partner Trevor is in Montreal. He goes to Montreal every once in a while because he likes to play poker. There's a poker place here that he likes to attend, and he's always been asking me or wanting me to go with him. And a few years ago, it wouldn't have been bothersome as it is now. It's very bothersome. So last minute, my daughter and her girlfriend were up visiting, and it's been in my mind a little bit to just go and surprise them and just go. Because I find if I plan and I think about it, I don't know about you guys out there, but if I plan and I think about it, all these other things come in my head why I shouldn't. All these other things come in my head that I have to do. All these other things go through my head that what might happen, because now that I'm older, my anxieties are a lot about what would happen or what possibly could happen. And the panic attack I had in Halifax in the hotel room sent me on a path or a journey of forcing myself to go somewhere every day in my car, to be social, forcing myself to do things that I don't want to do. It's so easy not to do the things you don't want to do. And oh my God, I'd so prefer to be doing the things that I want to do, which is at home, because I am a homebody. I just get out of the shower, my hair's wet, and I got no wig, as you can see. Yes, I do wear wigs. So I threw a bunch of things in the bag. The same day I bought the ticket from my hometown of Toronto, Nova Scotia, to Montreal via rail. 24-hour trip, because they were also late. Well, it was all exciting at first, and then I get on the train and my mind, the hamster wheel, started ticking. Tickety, 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 tickety. What the hell was I thinking? Why am I doing this? Where was my mind? Why didn't I just stay at home? Blah, 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 blah. The next stop, I think I should get off and come back. All these different things were going through my mind. The trip was very uncomfortable physically. When you get older, you can't sit in a fucking seat. It doesn't matter where it is for 20 plus hours. It's not comfortable. And I should have known that. You know what I mean? But in the midst of doing something in a spontaneous way, packing everything, buying the ticket, hitting buy just before you go out the door. Oh my word. In the midst of all that, you forget how uncomfortable, or the possibility of how uncomfortable it's going to be. However, to get the little beds on the train cost a fortune. And a plane, well, first of all, that would be pushing myself way to the limit. I haven't been on a train in years, but I'm not terrified of trains. It was the longevity and the public and being out with other people around me. And anyway, the plane would have been worse, but the plane would have been short-lived. Oh my God. But I would have had to get myself to the airport, which is about an hour away, where the train, the girls dropped me off. Anywho, guys, if you would like to see some of that, I will do some commentary in the background, but I do have some footage of that trip. And I also have some footage of a baby I just created. Now, I'm going to show you that baby. At the end, I'll do a little wrap up. We'll talk about that baby. But while you're watching this footage, I need to figure out what gender this baby is and a name for this baby. At first, I thought, is this going to be a baby where it's like an episode where I say keep, sell, donate? And I thought, nah, this was a gifted, authentic kit. And anything that's gifted to me, in a way of a kit, I'm going to keep. I do not feel right selling or giving away or anything along those lines with anything that someone has generously given me. And so I want to say that see if you know this baby. And think of a name. I'm trying to think of a name that goes along with this trip, because I decided to take a baby with me, which also really, really encouraged and excited me more, because I thought, hey, when he's playing poker, which he is right now, I can do a video. I just got in. He got me settled in the hotel, and he's gone. Now, he only has today, and then he's done. Well, he might do a little bit tomorrow, but I'm not sure. And then we're going to explore a little bit of Montreal. He's been bugging me and wanting me to go to Niagara Falls, which is continuing to drive. Now, currently where I sit and I say no, because my mind and my heart is at home. My heart and my mind is at home with my dogs, with my son, with my dolls, with my safety, with my comfort zone, with my safe zone, with my wraparound blanket where I feel like nothing will happen. When I leave that space, it becomes different. And if you understand, you understand. Now, I was talking about comfort. There was a lady there. Well, you know what, I'll tell you. The train was full of kids. It was a packed train. They moved me once because I was just me and my baby. Anywho, I was watching some people. And I get on the train at 1 in the afternoon. Didn't get here until 11 Montreal time, which is really 12 Nova Scotia time. So it's a long time. 1 in the afternoon till 12 the next day in the afternoon. 23 hours. So people can just go, when you're young, you can just go to sleep. I thought when you got older that you can sleep anywhere. I couldn't. My legs were aching. My neck, and I didn't take my neck stuff, was aching. I was uncomfortable. I didn't feel, the seats weren't comfy. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, I went economy. They were comfortable enough for a short ride or for a young person, but I don't know. I was so envious. There was a lady sitting in front across, not directly across from me, but up and over a little bit. And she was sitting and she had a little fella. And I was watching, when I teared up, you'll see, quite a bit on the trip. But I was thinking about Silas when he was that age. And this little fella. First I thought it was a girl, and people used to think Silas was a girl too because he had long curly blonde hair. This fella had long kind of brown hair, curly hair. But just the way he was, the bopping around and the playing his little games, and he was playing with his dinkies, and he was yakking, and he was bebopping around the seat and blah blah blah. And when he went to sleep and the mama went to sleep, that mama slept the entire night on a chair. Like, how does that happen? Am I just not getting enough exercise or what? Like, and I was up the night before I left at 4:30 in the morning and went to bed at, well, I think it was 9 or so. But anyway, anyhow, how does that happen? How can somebody get in a chair and sleep all that time? And then the little kid was up before her, probably about 3 to 4 hours before her, and he never woke her. He played quietly. I was thinking, my God, you think she would be like, you know, I don't know, hear him or something. No judgment, but I'm just like, holy crap. And she was just snoring away. I think she had the best sleep of her life. I don't know what's going on in her life, and we don't know what's going on in other people's lives. That's why we don't want to place judgment out there, because we really don't know. But I do know she needed that sleep. And he was a sweetheart. He let her sleep. Anyhow, guys, take a look at some of this footage. And once again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. I really, really appreciate it. All right, guys, watch this. Before we get started on the trip, I just want to show you a little bit around the hotel room. I tend to do that when I go somewhere because it's different. It's I don't know, it's different, you know? This is the bathroom, you know, it's not the bedroom, it's the bathroom. I had a shower once I got home. There's me. And it was, Trevor got, it was the same deal, I guess, to get an extra large bed. And there's the baby that you don't know about yet. And it has a balcony, which is really bizarre. So, of course, I had to go outside and check out this rickety, dickety, scary balcony. It's not like we're going to go out there, but I guess it's if you need to smoke, maybe, which is nice for people, you know. But yeah, really high up. This is Montreal. This is downtown Montreal, Canada. I'm looking at another building. Don't you love the view? Actually, I think, yeah, that looks like an apartment building. I believe it's an apartment building. You have your neighbors. Anyway, I was short-lived out there. I wasn't spending much time out there. So actually, guys, what I did last minute was I sent Trevor some pictures of me at the Via Rail station, which is the train station, and he thought I was waiting with the girls, that they were going somewhere. And then when I told him, no, it's me, he was like, yeah, okay, whatever, I'll see you when you get there. You didn't believe me at all, that I was on my way. At first, I enjoyed the train ride. Honestly, it was nice. It was nice. As it got to higher speeds, I was sitting underneath the wheel or something. It was rickety, rackety, and tossing and turning. And this was nice, too, because I had a lot of room. I had seats facing me, and I was facing seats, so I liked that I had a lot of room. But they did move me because it got busier and busier. The more we stopped, the more we picked up more people. And I got moved to the seats directly behind me, which was a 2-seater. This is me thinking to myself, holy shit, Joan. What the hell was I thinking? Why did I get on here? In hindsight, I shouldn't have done this. I should have stayed in Truro. What was I thinking? Maybe I should jump off the next stop and get another train back home. I was just feeling guilty. I was nervous. I was scared. I was just like, this is not for me. I'm not a traveler. all these different hamster wheel, I call them, anxiety thoughts were going through my mind. And it's just, oh my gosh, I could have just been a blubbering fool. But because other people were around, I think that was helpful. I was trying to distract myself. Now, thank the sweet Lord for my daughter, Sophia and Jocelyn. She has, what is it called? Audible or something where you listen to books online. So she set that up on my phone for me, and I distracted myself by listening to some books, which was helpful. It was helpful. It was weird. I've never really listened to books online, but definitely was something different. I didn't like how busy, like it was really busy. Let me be negative because, you know, I'm a born walking negativity person. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I'm about to have my snack because I did last minute, got some milk and a couple things for Silas before I left, and got myself a couple things before I left. But a sandwich, a couple drinks, Crispers and a couple yogurts is not enough when you didn't eat breakfast and you left at 1 o'clock in the afternoon until the following day at noon. I was famished by the next day. So I think here I'm just trying to get in different positions. You can tell by the look on my face. I am exhausted. I am sore. I am teary-eyed. I just am really questioning my sanity. Like, why in the hell would I do this last minute? I know I'll be okay, I hope, or I think I'm going to be okay once I get there, but I'm really questioning why I place myself on a train amongst a bunch of people I don't know, going somewhere I don't know. At this point, of course, Trevor knew I was going because I sent him a few pictures. He was thrilled, tickled pink, he said. He couldn't wait for me to get there. He's been wanting me to go there, and he was very, very proud of me. In this meantime, I was texting my mother, texting my daughter, texting Trevor, just trying to ease my mind because I was not good. Oh my gosh, is it menopause? Is it postmenopause? Is it, why am I so much like this? Is it because I stopped antidepressants a while back? Is it because I stopped that and my body was so used to it? I don't know, but I do know I am experiencing feelings that seem to be way above than they ever were before, I guess. And so for quite a long while on the trip down, I was just, oh my gosh, it wasn't good. I wasn't enjoying it. I wanted to see more scenery too, but I just needed to do something to distract myself. This is nighttime, as you can tell. I got Sophia's fan. She lent me, she's such a sweetheart. She lent me this little fan as a distraction to help with anxiety. I have my mask to try to sleep. I have my fidget squeezy thing. You probably don't see that. And I'm doing different things to try to distract myself and listening in my iPod earphones, listening to things. I got my baby. There's my baby, gnome name baby, trying to distract myself, doing different things. But do you think I could fall in a deep sleep? I tried to get in all kinds of positions. I had the two seats beside me, like this seat and the one beside me. I laid straight, like I had my head on one side, my body on the other, propped myself. I did all kinds of different things to try to get a little bit of sleep. This here is coming on to the morning. I was thinking to myself, thank the sweet Lord, it is a daylight again. I didn't think the night was ever going to end. I was so envious and jealous of everybody else snoring away and me sitting there, restless, sore, and anxiety-ridden. However, the sun came up. It wasn't a big sunrise, nothing that I could see on my side of the train, but it was nice to see the light again. It was nice to see the light again. I guess you can see. It was, no, that's the lights in the train. You know what? The whole train ride, they not once turned the lights off. You think they're supposed to turn the lights off when it gets dark so people can go to sleep? Like, it wasn't super bright, but it wasn't dark either. Like, my word. I had the bathroom right beside me. That was a godsend. So here's some of the train you can see. Yeah, I just showed you some of the train. Whatever. Look at me. I look half stunned to death. Sorry. Oh my. Oh my. How am it looks like I'm videoing backwards. Where am I? Oh, I got the camera. Oh, never mind. So, throughout this trip, because of look at this little fella. This little fella loved looking inside. He was a good little fella. He acted up every once in a while, but for the most part, he was good. He wasn't on the whole trip. He just got on almost closer, about halfway to Montreal. So yeah, like during this trip, like my mind was just thinking about so many things, reflecting so many things. And if you're a menopausal, postmenopausal woman, you know that that's where your mind goes. You're thinking about your own children when you see children. You're thinking about how you raise them. You're thinking about your current children. You're thinking about your mom. You're thinking about your dad, if your dad still exists. And I still think about him even though he doesn't exist. You're thinking about your hobbies, like my sweet baby here. And you're thinking about your own life choices and decisions and all that brought you to where you are today. And besides the fact that I did listen to an audio book, I was reflecting a lot. I'm doing a lot of reflecting with menopause and with going through those changes in life. I find I think about it more often because life, you know, I'm past the halfway point, right? And hopefully, well, I'm way past the halfway point. I'm not going to live to 104. So, you know, you think about that. Like, what did I do with my life? Did I experience enough? Was I a good person? How much time do I have left? What can I do now? What do I want to do now? Do I want to force myself to do things I may not want to do? Do I want to just sit at home where I'm comfortable? How do I parent my teenage son who's 17, who doesn't know what he's doing with his life? Do I become an aggressive kind of ultimatum kind of person and kind of say you got to do this, that, or the other thing? You must. Do I just take a step back and let him find his way? I really don't know, because if I do take a step back, I think he's really going to, he doesn't have that I want to build a massive life for myself and all that sort of thing. He's very his thinking patterns are very like, I don't want for much. So if you don't want for much, you don't really have a lot of big goals. So it's concerning. So that kind of thing is on my mind. It's on my mind, you know. And as a parent, we do look at that and think about where we were at 17, where I was at 17. And I know I definitely was not someone who knew anything about life. I had no goals. I just wanted to be in my room. It was not until my parents shipped me off to Cape Breton that things started to change, but not for the better, because alcohol became my crutch after that. It became something that I felt made me feel somewhat normal with everyone else. So I tended to like to do that on a regular basis, I must admit, and it is not good for me. It wasn't good for me. It is not good for me. I have that little switch that goes off that says give me more, give me more. It's genetically in my family. And so don't know where my life would have went if I wasn't surrounded by a lot of drinking, but I would have been. You got to handle it. It's part of life, right? You can't hide from it. But who knows? When I was 17, I was going to be a nun. You know what I mean? That's what I thought I was going to do with my life. So who knows? All I know is here I am coming closer to Montreal. We're getting closer and closer. In the meantime, Trevor's texting me. My sweet daughter's texting me after she get up. My mom, you know, no matter how old your children get, I feel like I'm going to cry, no matter how old your children get, your mom still says, call me anytime, it doesn't matter. If you can't sleep, if you're scared, if you're this or if you're that, call me and wake me up. And I'm 54 years old, you know? I'll probably be like this with my kids if I have the privilege to be alive when my kids are 54. So, I mean, it's just, your kids are always your kids. They're always your kids, no matter how old they get, right? Look at this. Now, I don't know the name of this bridge. I have no idea the name of this bridge, but it's a big, long bridge that connects one side of Quebec to over to where Montreal is located. I don't know what the name of the bridge is, and I really don't know. I could research and put it up, and maybe I should. If I was a really good YouTuber, I'd research and put it up, but this is not a travel blog. This is me blubbering on about my life, menopause, and not much about the dolls right now. Not much about the dolls. Just about my life, menopause, my anxieties, and getting me to where I'm going in this video. Anyway, guys, oh my word. It was a concern when I got there because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get into the hotel right away. So I had those concerns. I thought, holy shit, am I going to be hanging around Montreal? Because I can't tell Trevor not to play. This is the tournament he really wanted to play in. He's played in others, but today was the day he really wanted to play. And this is the day I was arriving. So it's not right for me to say, well, yeah, you should be with me. No, of course, you go do what you went for. This is the senior tournament, the one he wanted to do. I can't get into the hotel till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm getting, or I did arrive at 11 Montreal time, 12 Nova Scotia time. Like, what was I going to do with myself? I have no clue. Walk around with a suitcase, a bag, and a doll. You know, I will say, Trevor did get me. We Ubered it we Ubered it from the train station. It was easier than to drive his van to the hotel room. Got to the hotel room. I had the doll, and you will find this funny because I had to. No, we were hoping to check in early. He's like, no, nothing's ready till 3 o'clock. But if something comes up, and she's looking, smiling at the baby and everything, and I didn't even talk about the baby. She never said, can I see the baby? If she would have said, can I see the baby? What's your baby's name and all that? I would have confessed that this is a doll, but she didn't. She was just smiling. And I sat in the lobby, and Trevor got an Uber back to his van to go start his tournament. He was actually a couple hours late trying to get me set up because, of course, I interceded and interjected and placed myself down here. Anyway, he was happy that I did, but in a sense, in hindsight, well, anywho, I'm here. He's happy I'm here. And this was the only day I could come. The other day was Thursday. So the lady got me in early. I'm sitting in the lobby because I could have went and explored the city. 1, I didn't feel comfortable. 2, I was exhausted. And 3, I just didn't want to lug these things with me, right? And so I think I put 1 suitcase. Yeah, I was allowed to put 1 suitcase there waiting for the room to be ready. They have a little room to hold your suitcase. But, so I'm sitting there. But I think she got me in early because I think she thought I actually had a real chocolate. Because she kept smiling and looking at me. And then there was another person sitting beside me waiting for a room. And she came over. She goes, yeah, your room's ready. So either 1, I got in early, a couple hours before 3, because of the baby. Or 2, it was just because we got this king-size bed. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is I got in here, and I should be resting. I came in here, got a shower, and thought, well, I'm going to have a little drink, have a shower, and then I'm going to have a nap. And then I got doing this. I wanted to get on here and get a video ready for YouTube because it was important. It's important. And I wanted to talk about my little new baby and show my little baby and talk about my experience. And I think I'm just overtired at this point. Really, really overtired. Look, I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm actually seeing the city And I know that they said on the intercom it's about 10 minutes to Montreal. So finally there's going to be some relief coming up really, really soon. My arse is numb at that point. Even when I finally get off and I was walking, my arse was numb. My legs. You could put your legs up. They had this little thing you could put your legs up, but still, I elevated my legs. I twisted my body. I laid in this direction, laid in that direction, and oh my word, I did all kinds of stuff. I dozed off here and there, but went to the bathroom several times, and there's a lot of traffic down by me back and forth because the washroom was there. Maybe the washroom was on both ends of the car, the train car. I'm not sure. I didn't go exploring anywhere else. I know there was a restaurant down further, but the little bits of food that I brought, I was just going to have that. I wasn't going to get any more. One of the reasons why I didn't want to have coffee, and I was craving coffee in the morning, because coffee does things to my body and my system, and I didn't want to have to live in the bathroom and have people outside waiting for me. You know what I'm saying, everybody out there? If you drink coffee, sometimes it affects you. You got to go to the washroom, and I did not want anybody sitting outside that bathroom door waiting and wondering when the heck I'm coming out. There was one lady I remember, she went to the bathroom, I swear to God she was in there a half hour. I think she was smoking and blowing it down the toilet. I really do. Love me. Did you see that? Love me. Wasn't that nice? I like that. I had to take a picture of that when I seen that. So, gosh, when you get on the train train actually via rail can go up to like really high speeds, 130, 40 kilometers an hour. Don't know about miles. We do kilometers in Canada, so I really don't know, but I will say it can go fast. And then it drops right down really slow. And then sometimes it has to drive into a station and then come back, track all the way back out to get on a different track to get back in the direction that they're going to. My God, that was like half hour, 45 minutes out of the way. And like, no wonder it takes so long. Like if it was just a straight thing, or their stations were along the way, but they have to get their train going in a different direction. They have to back up the whole train, get it on a different track. And so you're going forward and backward. Oh, that's frustrating. Anyway, at least I didn't drive. Can you imagine? There was a split moment in my mind that I thought, oh, I'll just drive. What in the world is that all about? I can barely get to Halifax, and it actually went through my mind that I would attempt to drive to Montreal. Thanks, sweet Lord, I didn't actually do it. What's the spontaneous stuff going on with me? What is it? It's not a healthy thing. It is and it's not, because I don't know. I mean, I am happy I'm here currently, but my heart wants to be home. It does. It wants to be home. Stop being so negative, Belinda. Be a positive person. Be a positive person. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we're kind of slow moving coming into the station here in Montreal. Coming into the station. And the station actually has a subway trains or C trains, or well, in Calgary they're called C trains. I don't know what they're called. The M line. I don't know what it's called in Montreal, but they're the same location as the Via Rail. So we're coming into that station. You'll see some of those trains coming. We can actually see the wires there where they attach to, but it's interesting that it's the same station. So when we did get out, I had this long walk like on a subway. I didn't know where the heck I was going. I was just following the crowd. Like, where's the crowd going? That's where I'm going to go. And that's kind of what I did. When we get to the station, you'll see coming up here what that looked like. But my gosh, Montreal is a big, big city, but a very clean city, very clean. I did on the train notice some tent encampments coming closer, but it seemed to be on the outskirts of the city, because the inside, because I went to Montreal one other time with Trevor, and it's on my videos there back a few years ago. We were around downtown and stuff and did some things, but only seen like downtown core, which is very, very clean, very clean. So I'm coming into different areas here where I did see some tent encampments and things like that. A lot of graffiti. Look at the graffiti. Some graffiti is beautiful. Oh, here this is love me. What's this? I thought I showed a picture back there. Yeah, I took a picture of it because I liked it. Love me. I just got a kick out of that. I thought it was funny. Everybody in the train gets to see it. They're very smart where they place that little piece of information, little plead to love me. Love me, would ya? Oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, I am at this point so relieved. There is the little subway train, and I think Trevor and I might do that when we're here. I lived in Calgary at one time, can you believe it or not, a couple different times, and traveled on the Calgary C train quite a bit to get back and forth to my jobs that I worked at. So it's been a while. Yeah, so we're coming in here. So we actually get off the Via Rail train, which is different than a subway train, in a subway location, and then gotta lug all our stuff upstairs. And you can see here, you're just walking and walking and walking and walking. That's that little fella that was sitting in front of me, I think. Yeah, I think it's a little, yeah, there's Mom is. Oh my gosh, they were fun. Just listening to them talk. I couldn't understand anything that they were saying because this family was speaking French, and I don't know French, but he was so interested in everything out the windows. He had lots to say. Yeah, so I'm walking and walking, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, after not sleeping, there's no way I want to be doing this for long. So here I am, I'm there, and there's my baby. There's Trevor. So we're going from here, and he's getting me set up in the hotel. So that's kind of, and this is me waiting in the lobby. So guys, name for this baby. Name. Currently the baby is gendered boy, dressed as a boy. Not sure if that's the way it's going to be or stay. But look at this sweet baby. Look at the dimples. Do you have one of these? Do you have one of these babies? Hello guys. So this is the sweet one that I took on the trip to Montreal. What are we going to name this little one? This is the Celeste or something like that, baby. Look, I just finished him up before I left, and I thought he needs, or she needs, or they need to come with me. Now, at first I'm like, no, this baby is all girl. And then I thought, you know what, I have so many girls, let's put boy clothes on this one and see if that is going to make any difference. Maybe I'll keep it a boy, or maybe I'll just have this baby general neutral, which means I'll give it a general neutral name, and I can wear girl or boy clothes on it, whatever I want to put on it, which sounds like fun too. Look at this look at this little baby, little brother. This is little brother. I love how he turned out, or they turned out. I love how they turned out. They turned out really well. Oh my goodness. I think because this one has been in the same clothes, we're going to mix it up. Look at this Canadian shirt, little sweater coat. I'm going to take that off them, and we're going to get them ready for bed because we are having a nap. Even though he still keeps laughing and smiling, we's going to have a nap. Let us get this one ready. Baby toes. See your baby toes? I love this baby. So now we need a Montreal name. We need a Via Rail maybe name. We need a traveling baby name. What's a traveling baby name? Any names? I would like a neutral, gender neutral baby name. I think that's exactly the way I'm going to go. Along the trip, I was thinking, no, boy, boy. And then I'm thinking, no, gender neutral will be good because I can change and put anything on this sweet one. Hello. Anything on this baby that I want. So they need a gender neutral name. Do you have any ideas for me, folks? However, I do think all I brought was boy clothing. So maybe it's gonna be a boy. I don't know. Anyway, this is a little, we're gonna take this off. We're gonna put a different one on. I'll put this elephant one on. So if you have this sculpt, Celeste, I don't know, I don't have it in front of me. I'd have to look it up, but I think it starts with a C. Let me know in the comments below. I know I made one for my friend, and I believe hers is a girl, and I made her hair a little different, but I did the hair, it's all painted hair. This is all painted hair. Can you see? Can you see? All painted. My gosh. And of course I rooted the eyelashes and did the eyebrows and all that fun stuff. Glossed this baby up. And I put a lot of weight in this doll. And the last doll I made, I put a lot of weight in there. I wanted, I enjoy the heavy weighted dolls. I do enjoy it, so yeah. I mean, I've had dolls that weighed a lot, like my Bobby Joseph, that I took weight out of, because if you're carrying them around, you don't want a lot of weight, but he's not that bad. I also got a scale. I should have weighed him. I'm calling it him. Oh, forget it. He's not going to be gender neutral. He's going to be a boy. He's the boy, because I'm just going to keep calling him a boy, so he's the boy. He's the boy. So, we need a name. We need a name that has something to do with Montreal, Via Rail, or traveling. I don't know. A traveling boy name. Something that will remind me that when I took him with me, he was a comfort to me in my dire situation, and he was nameless. He was genderless and nameless along the route. Route? No, that's silly. And you know what? It doesn't have to be. I like short names, and historically, I love names that are old-fashioned. Old-fashioned names. It's kind of historically what I love. However, I have a baby named Apple, and so I'm good with names that are out of the ordinary also, and maybe because I want something a little bit different, maybe he needs a name out of the ordinary. Out of the ordinary. Yes, he does. I'm going to dress him really warm. I'm going to put this beautiful warm sleeper on him. Sleepers are my favorite, but I do have a nice outfit to put on him later. She's a toes. She's a toes. It's hard to see the lighting in this hotel, and I don't have lighting, see, with me. So it's hard to really see him right now. It is. Oh, I moved the tripod to the other side, see if the lighting would be any different. You see his face? Can you see his face? Can you see his smile? Can you see his sweet lips? And his smile? Oh my goodness, look at him. He's so beautiful. He's so beautiful for Mama. He is. He's a good boy. He's such a good boy. Via for Via Rail. That's weird, isn't it? That's not going to work. Monty for Montreal. I don't know about that one. I don't know, guys. I need your help. I need your help. Put some ideas and suggestions below. I would love that. Hopefully by the end of the trip, this fella will have a name. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that's becoming more common with actual real children that are being born, but I know Silas, Trevor's first grandchild, didn't have a name for a while. He was home and everything else and still didn't have a name, and we were like, are they going to name him or what? So it's okay. He doesn't have a name right now. That's okay. He'll have a name hopefully by the time we leave and go home. And I will do more videos when we're out and about exploring. And holy cow, guys. If you're still here, which you are listening to me, you're still here. Thank you that you're still hanging on, because this is a long video. This is a long video. The travel video, getting here, settling in, and having a nap. It's a long old video, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, my tipple boy. Mama, hopefully this mama can have a nap. Hopefully. I like tapping their little butts. I do. And I love his little hat. This is the hat that came with the bunny outfit. It's supposed to be bunny ears, and I like putting hats on my babies. I always do. I don't want the paint getting freaked up. And it came with little bunny pants with a little fluffy tail and a little carrot as a lovey. It was really cute. All right, guys. Thank you for still being here. Please put your suggestions below for this sweet one to have a name. I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys. Take care of yourselves. And don't forget, you have a choice. And if there's anything you want to overcome, you can do it. My goodness, last week I would never think I'd be sitting here in a hotel room in Montreal by myself. Holy gosh darn it. All right, guys. Bye for now.